Here's the scenario. You're on a job site, you're into a project, and you need to make a circle. For whatever reason, you need to make a circle. And I'm not talking about a big circle where you need to make some sort of a beam compass. I'm talking about a small circle. A circle that you could very easily make with a 6-inch compass like this, but you don't have your compass. What do you do? Well, it turns out it's really not a problem at all. The old-time carpenters had this figured out. They could make very accurate circles very quickly, very easily using their hand and 2 Carpenter pencils. I'm going to show you in this video how to make a circle from about 2 inches up to 9, maybe 10, using 2 Carpenter pencils and your hand, or even 1 Carpenter pencil and your hand. Hi, I'm Harry Kimball. Welcome to another episode of the Git-er-done workshop. This is a workshop studio in the living room of a nearly 50-year-old manufactured home in the boondocks of upstate New York. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to show you how to make these circles. We're going to get her done right now. Now for my workbench here, I've got Brother Workmate, and we'll put a piece of plywood there to give us a nice surface. Now if you've watched my previous videos, some of them, a couple of them, I explain that I always, when I worked in the trades, I always had file folders with me to make patterns. I've showed a couple of videos where file folders have played an important part, and that's what we're going to do right here. We're going to take half of a file folder. Any paper would do. The old timers often had rosin paper or cardboard, what have you. If it's got a little bit of thickness to it, a little bit of stiffness, all the better. We're going to make our circle on this, all right? So your hand is required and a couple of Carpenter pencils. And it's almost intuitive, but you want 1 pencil there and you want another pencil there. There's our compass. Okay, this will be our upright, and you can arrange your fingers on these in a multitude of ways. You do what works for the distance that you want. So we're going to, let's see, I'm thinking about this. All right, we're going to hold this right there, okay? And we're going to get this out there like that, and we're going to then just spin our paper, all right, like that. And we got, it didn't meet exact, but that's pretty darn good, right? So we can go smaller and we can go bigger. You just have to arrange your fingers. And let me explain here that this is working very well because these are wide. You can get a good grip and it's going to stay there. Okay, that's important. 2 regular pencils won't stay quite as easily. Let's try a smaller hole, or not a hole, but a circle right here. All right, and that came out real nice. So you can get up to quite a distance with this. Like I said, 9.5, 10 inches. Get yourself on the center and then coordinate your pencil, kind of figuring out on the fly. And that's what you do. You just you got to get it locked. We'll come way out here like this. Okay? Get it locked. This does not have to be upright, but wherever you have it, it's at a bit of an incline this way, you want to pretty much hold it right there. Okay? You don't want to be changing your grip. Okay? Yeah, that worked out good. So there you go. That's how it's done. Now you're thinking to yourself, I'm sure, well, okay, so you drew it on the cardboard. How do I, take that and make a hole someplace? Say I want to jigsaw out a hole in the floor or the wall or the ceiling of a size that I've just made on the paper. Well, you get your scissors, and if you don't have scissors, you can use tin snips. And if you don't have tin snips, well, you pull out your razor knife, your utility knife, and you can cut it out with that. And once you have your circle cut out, you can then take it and put it where it needs to be and mark around it, right? It's that simple. It's that easy. You really don't even need that 6-inch compass. There we go. Good enough for most carpentry purposes. You've got a pattern. You've made a pattern, and that's what those file folders are so good for making patterns. Big patterns, little patterns. All right, to demonstrate how to make a circle with your hand and one Carpenter pencil, I'm going to mark the center there, and we're going to make a 6-inch circle. Okay, I just made random circles before. Now we'll dial right in on the circle we want. There's 1, 2, 3 inches right there. And I'm going to take my awl, in this instance, right in the center. I'm going to make a little bit of an indent. And here's the pencil, here's my hand, and one other little thing. We need a piece of scrap wood like this. It's got some width to it. It is the flat against flat that allows us to really lock this hand compass together. You can't do this very well, very accurately, or very easily with regular pencils. It's these wide surfaces that make all the difference. So let's set our little piece of wood right there on our center point. We'll get this over here like this, and we'll get comfortable. Yeah, out at 3 inches. Let's get it a bit more, and I'm locking it right there. Locking it right there, right there. There we go. See how easy that was? This is a great little idea to keep in mind. Now, if all you want to know is how this is done, that's it. You've got it. Thank you very much for watching. But I'm going to keep going just a little bit here and talk about the Git-er-done motto. I mentioned to my son that I was rethinking the "Don't be a slacker" motto of the Git-er-done workshop. Maybe that's not quite right. Maybe that's not exactly what I should have. And he said, well, I could ask Chat GPT for some suggestions. AI, artificial intelligence. This is what artificial intelligence suggested. There's 20 different suggestions here. I'm not going to read them all, but the ones I'll read will give you an idea of what artificial intelligence thinks would be a possible replacement for "Don't be a slacker." 1. Wood, grit, glory, where lazy is not in the toolbox. Sweat equity, building the future without cutting corners. Nail it right, where carpentry meets unyielding work ethic. Measure twice, work hard, Carpentry's anthem of diligence. Built on grit, where carpentry and hard work collide. No rest for the crafty, carpentry and unyielding work ethic. Chisel and hustle, forging success in every grain. Carpentry mastery, where sweat and sawdust speak louder. And finally, lumber legends, hard work, strong builds, zero laziness. That's what artificial intelligence can do for us. But I think I'll keep it the way it is. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.